Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Good evening, everyone. It is a lovely Tuesday evening here in Sydney. We are joined with a really special guest, a good friend of Mike's. Bit of a long friendship, I think. Goes back a while. So, Mr. James Locksmith, round of applause, up in the attic here of Mikekon. How are you, James? You good? Welcome to this beautiful space. It's been a bit of a journey up here for us, and it's like super exciting to have you as our first guest officially, and we're really blessed to have you in here, man, and share your own musical journey with us. So, tell us about maybe what you did today. You know, how's your day? Was it good? Yeah. Yeah. shout out to the cousin. Well, shout out to that hair salon. Yeah. How good. Beautiful.
So I made my way out there, and obviously this morning I just sort of been settled in the last few days. Just come out of quarantine on Friday, and just sort of getting back into this. It's been about 15 months since I've been in Sydney. So.
Yeah. Wow. And maybe for those listeners who don't know where you've been, maybe kind of let them know a little bit, or yeah. Settled. That's good. That's very good. Yeah. Yep.
Here with the family, and here with just catching up with friends.
Absolutely. Oh, well, that's good. And I mean, what have you been doing in Dubai?
Yeah, look, I headed over there 10 years ago to kind of expand my music career, and a lot of people think, why did I choose Dubai? Because it's sort of not the usual spot. It has turned into a bit of a hub for music in recent years, and myself and a lot of other cats have kind of been responsible for that. We turned the city into having its own scene. And so, yeah, I came over there and started a party back in 2011. So
Yeah.
it'll be 10 years in August.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I started a party there, and I've been doing a bunch of projects. My most recent project was with a company out of Saudi called Middle Beast. And they're doing amazing things for the region. They're already have made a big mark on the festival kind of circuit, but they're about to really make
Kind of kick off. Yeah.
create some big noise in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Labels, events, all sorts of stuff. And I was working on their radio platform
Okay.
for almost 12 months now.
Yep.
I'm still sort of in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my radio show, which I launched at the start of last year,
Yeah.
which was a project I wanted to release for about 3 years.
Okay.
And just before COVID, I launched it, put tracks on my radar.
Yep. And we'll definitely talk about that. Absolutely. I guess what I would love a little bit now is maybe if you could dive in for a little bit, settle in for some tracks, and maybe we could have a little bit of a chat a little bit later. Yeah, how do you think about that? All right, cool. Absolutely, lovely to hear.
Thank you.
better than midnight, better than the ground, better than we walk, better than the sun, better, so better, better, so better, better, so better, better, so better. Here we are, slowly we go higher and higher. Don't stop now, don't stop this feeling, stop this feeling. We were put here for two things, for love and things. Though we fuss and fight and cry all night, everything, yeah. Oh, you're still mine tonight, yeah. Into the storm tonight, into the storm, pouring over me, freely exiting for me. Come to can me. You into the storm? Come be to like me. Rain pouring over me, pouring over me. My senses tells me my senses. I smell doubt and I can smell lilacs in the air. Underneath my howling inside, by way of a blue side, tyrant suit all over me. Screamed and screaming, rambled about liberation with fear on your lips. Don't be scared, you're about to be found out. I see you, I see you. 'Cause I wanna.
Feel worthless.
'Cause I wanna be a man.
We're hot.
Two.
We are hot.
How's the music below? Yeah, up to down to two, down to two. Hot, 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 hot. Okay. So,
Mics are on.
mics are on. Got some metal. Got some
Oh,
water.
cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah. Jimmy. So this time we've got no mic issues. So unfortunately we missed out on a nice little chat before. I mean, well, we didn't miss out on it. We collected it somewhere in the atmosphere, and this mic picked it up. I want to talk about. Well, actually, Pete had a question for you, but I'm going to ask you the question. Electronic music man, can you talk us through it? Can you talk us through it, the idea, the why?
Sure. Before COVID, the idea happened before COVID. I mean, podcasts have become a huge. They've been around for a while now, but they've obviously exploded in the last 12 months. You know, and I launched. I started working on this concept. It's been in hiatus since December.
Yeah.
I'm about to. I have a bunch of interviews still sitting there and haven't published yet.
Yep.
So I'm about to release those. But yeah, the whole concept in I guess there's a few things. I started it because of my own sort of journey and struggles, personal struggles in the music industry, and my own personal growth and the effects that it had on my well-being and my career, and the more I developed or looked into improving myself and oneself, I found my career also was a reflection of that, and my accolades and things that occurred, and my business relationships and all were affected and became better results. So I particularly, and also because of a very male driven industry, I wanted to pinpoint young men in the music industry who are trying to succeed in their age brackets in the late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Because that was the period where I struggled
Yep.
most, and I wanted to kind of create a voice that I would have liked to have heard when I was that age. You know? So, and try to hear the things that would have helped me and my career, and there's not much out there especially for the electronic music scene. You know, there's a lot of, especially now, it's a booming industry, health and wellness and mindfulness, all these buzzwords that are out there these days. And that was something I dived into 12 years ago. I started to look into neuroscience, health and well-being, and ways to improve my own life. You know, and I kind of there's nothing out there in the music industry like that. You can find a lot of Ableton courses.
You can find content, content. You can find cool press shots. You can find fashion, you know, like collabs and stuff. I wanted to ask you. You interviewed. I remember the Bodhisattva interview. I shouldn't single out anyone, but which interview really struck a nerve with you, or was there a quote from someone that when they spoke about a hardship or something that maybe was so common that was not spoken of?
Yeah. So look, you know what? I learned something from every interview, and I also found like my own journey is still going. You know, like each interview and each discussion was a transformative for myself as well, and being able to learn from each and every person. There's a lot of things that stuck out. You mentioned Bodhisattva. Something that he mentioned a lot about was, from memory, if my memory serves me well, I mean we talked a lot about how our love for music and food and how important that is in life. And he's a lovely guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him years ago, and kind of stayed in touch over the years. Alsara from Alsara and the Nubatones.
Yeah.
I mean, she blew me away with her insight and her view on colonialism in the music industry and how that still exists today. What else? Who
Kiko,
else?
you something with Kiko Navarro?
Kiko Navarro. Kiko I spoke to just when things were popping.
Okay.
And Ibiza, Mallorca were all shutting down, and he was like, damn, what am I going to do? You know? So it was good to share insight. And he, like, you can see a lot of these guys since then really kind of flipped. And Bodhi, for example, he's like constantly doing like his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He's got so much great interviews happening every week now. I mean, people have kind of found other ways to do things, and I think that's been the positive of it, because there's now a lot more people have gone to learn more about, because I think, you know, the only kind of contact that we had with artists were on the dance floor, and now we're kind of getting to get to know them better.
We're in their living rooms.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
it's the strangest.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
saying that, watching all these Twitch channels, watching the artists, they're digging deeper. They're digging deeper into their collection and what they're playing, what they're choosing, theming their sets. Some DJs are
stories behind records. Stories,
why, how the why. I've just make this new beat. Sampling their new stuff or premiering their new, breaking their music, you know, the new music, because they can't break it on the dance floor, so they're breaking it on Twitch. Some of them are even cooking halfway through. the other week, Louis Vega ran up to finish his rice and beans, and he came back down. He played a really long set, but it's funny to hear a superstar say, "Hang on, guys, I got upstairs, check my food, come back down." Like, you know,
we never had that context before.
No,
right? So,
never. We just see all these big guys on stage.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, hands in the air. That's about, now we see the reality. And in Australia, the dance floors are open. We've got DJs here, locals, that are DJing, and the big boys can't even get a gig. Like, they can't even get a gig. Like, that's perspective. That'll blow your mind.
That's another thing that's changed a lot. Yeah, here. Well, I mean, I mean, parts of the world are opening up slowly. I hope it lasts, and I hope it works out well for this year, for the kind of the new dawn of the industry opening up again. It seems like in certain parts of the world we're going to start seeing movement now.
Do you see a reset locally in each country? Do you see a bit of a...
I mean, UK is sort of setting the stage first. I think they've opened up and done some shows in London recently, and we're starting to see more movement again in certain parts of Europe. But I think it's very reflective of where control vaccinations are kind of taking place, and that's been an effect. And you know, they're starting to open up parts of the Middle East now as well, where I've been based, and so that's starting to open up, in particularly around the GCC, the Gulf and stuff. So.
Well, we'll pause there. James is gonna jump on, and then we're gonna just go back to back. Then we'll have another chat at the end. Yeah. That's a bit deep, wasn't it? That's the deepest we've ever gone, bro.
ideas shared here, you can have them all. There are no new notes on the keyboard, and we got far too many ideas to hoard them all away. And what we represent is the rhythmic side of life. Real-time stuff, you know. Between the lines and open to what's next. Preferably simple, yet capable of the absurdly complex. The music will take you where you want to go, yet never imagined. This thing. Transportation to new climates, beautiful memories, and a chance to shake it all off every once in a while. A vacation from the voyeurism and the choice to get involved. Put that phone down and get up. Get out from between your own ears is what this thing is all about. Because as you know, the whole world is a cheat sheet now. City to shortcut city. The easy route is always one eye blink away from giving up on yourself. In times like these, with leaders like them, and a planet swarming with restless natives, treated more like royal subjects than citizens, prone to the whims of the king. And that's why this thing we do is so universally relevant to a better life. To an easier way of existing. Sometimes you just gotta go dance it out, you know? Take some time off from your inhibitions and drown yourself in sound like we drown our sorrows far too often for far too many horrible reasons. Life is full of ebbs and flows, and those tides will visit themselves upon your shores with reckless impunity, regardless of seasons or reasons or why. And that's why we want to share this thing we do with you. Why we want to implore you to join us in the dance. Outsmart your smartphone by leaving it be and accepting our invitation to the rhythmic side of life. Take all our ideas. Real-time stuff, you know. What you need to do is dance. Between the lines.
Lord, I asked the Lord, would He let me carry His word? No time to just sit and thinking I missed a touch. Need to find a release. Situations are gonna repeat. These days, they say there's on me a way where it shouldn't be. Drowning in myself fatigue. Sink or swim, it's up to me. And the water isn't cold, but it still could take a hold. Till there's no way to escape. How did I get in this place? I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord, would He let me carry His word? No time to just sit and thinking I missed a touch. Need to find a release. Situations are gonna repeat. I don't need nobody. I say it all the time. Truth is I ain't happy, baby. Here's the reason why. 'Cause my heart is full of pride, full of secrets I must hide. I try not to let it show, but that leaves no room to grow. I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord, would He let me carry His word? I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord. I asked the Lord, would He let me carry His word? No time to just sit and thinking I missed a touch. Need to find a release. can't carry on right now. 'Cause I can't carry on right now.
Sexy music.
This is Mike's sexy music playlist, everyone. Moody. So we've arrived at the end of the show, and
That was fun. Thank you.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I had a lot of fun. What about you?
A lot of fun.
I mean, you're feeling a certain way now, I think, with this last track. Yeah, the mic's hot. Mikekon. There is one more thing, I guess, I'd like to ask you, James, if you want to have a chat about it.
Sure.
But I guess I'd like to know a little bit more about maybe your musical inspirations. Maybe what kind of propelled you into this kind of lifestyle, and what makes you kind of get up every morning and think about doing what you do. Yeah. A bit of a deep question, I guess, to finish on.
There's a lot. I guess. I got hooked into DJing from a young age, and I loved sample culture. I was a hip hop kid, so I got into it that way, and it led me into dance music as well in the 90s, and the I think it was the whole sort of self-expression, and I found it was a way to connect with people, and a way to it just, I grew up with I guess for the cultural aspect of being a Greek kid as well, like the whole the celebration of dance, and that was a big part of my life, and I got hooked by that. Like, I guess it was I was very fortunate that Mum had a lot of amazing records as well, so that gave me a lot of like the palate taste at a young age, and yeah, it was more about what it gave me as a kid, and being able to express myself, and then started getting into creating my own events, because that was a big part of the early career, and for a while, and still today, like doing events is and I've been for the last the last 10 years has been a very heavy focus, aside from events, but also being like a talent director, curating music, which has been a big passion of mine. I mean, it all came from the mixtape, creating a mixtape. It extended into programming music and programming talent, and it's just been pursuing it all my life.
Yeah. I guess, is there anything else you'd like to add, Mick? Because I think I want to give James a little bit of a plug, where we can find him on what type of places online, Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I love a story. I do, and that's what this attic is about. It's a little bit about bringing out, that kind of emotional aspect and those connections to music and the people that come up here. So yeah, where can if anyone who's listening or anyone who listens back, where can we find you?
Yep, Tracks on My Radar's the radio show. It's been weekly for a year. It started off monthly, then went to weekly, and now it's going back to monthly, but it'll be a 2-hour show. And you can hear that on Radio Al-Hara, which is out of Palestine, in Bethlehem, and Middle Beast Frequencies, which is in head office out of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. So the two stations air my show, and you can go to Mixcloud and you'll find all the shows there, the playback.
Perfect. Cool.
And head to jameslocksmith.net.
Yeah. For all your goodies. All right, so I got to hear this story. Here we go.
Not much of a story. Just reminiscing about now, thinking about when James asked me to hey man, I've got this guest spot on FBI on Saturday nights. How many years ago was that?
That's a long time ago.
I was too young for FBI. I was too young to understand the gravity of the situation.
07, 06,
I was
08.
I was fresh. And I...
Uh.
Yeah, go on.
You want to know what I was doing in 07, 08? Do you want to know? Genuinely? I was in year 7.
Algebra. Well, yeah, man. I was in my nappies in terms of radio work. I had no idea, and I remember vividly. You were on the control on the well, you had to.
It was new
on
to
the
me
desk.
too. It was new.
But
Yeah.
you were working there, so you had
I've
kind of.
been,
you had-
I've done it a bit, but yeah, it was still, I was still cutting my teeth, you know. Like I'd been at East Side Radio to begin with,
Yeah.
and I started working with FBI Radio.
But we had the DJ console was at the end of the table, your computer and your stings and whatever.
Yeah.
So when it was cool for me because I was DJ, go bro, DJ, I'm DJing. And then when his turn, poor James had to run back and forward. Well, I didn't know the buttons. I didn't know. He's like, press that button, press play. We're pressing play, but it was just
A little bit like up here.
well because of me. It was no. Well, he no different, just
We're
different because
professionals now.
well, you had to do it all. You had to do it all, and the length. Man, you only got two arms, and they're only that long. That you know, and musically, I mean, I guess listen to him back, I'm like, oh, what did I play? Like, what
dude,
was I
you
playing?
were a great DJ
I
back then.
don't
That's
know.
why I got you to come and play with me, mate.
Man, I feel like
You were my cover up.
I felt like
No, I honestly
Yeah,
like
young,
you were playing a
young
lot
and-
of soulful house back
Yeah, it was
then,
soulful.
and soulful Afro stuff, and,
Yeah.
and you were great. Like I thought you were, and I think both of us had quite a different
it was a different-
take on house
there
music and
there
stuff.
was.
I was a bit more like eclectic, and
yeah.
you know, where I kind of went from disco to whatever,
That's right.
and house, but it bridged.
It
you know.
bridged.
And it was good. It was good to have like 1 hour of you and 1
Yeah,
hour of me,
yeah.
and
I think now, at this day and age, it would be more. I wouldn't say easier, but we could easily play shorter spaces together.
Yeah, yeah,
Easier, much
yeah,
easier,
yeah, yeah,
because I've
yeah.
come a longer way.
Yeah, yeah, for
personally,
sure.
musically.
Yeah, for sure.
And just I laugh, man. Sometimes it pops up on a shuffle on my phone, and I cringe when I hear my voice. I'm like, oh.
Really?
Oh man.
Have you got some recordings
I've
of
got
old
recordings,
shows?
I've got recordings.
Wow, I gotta try to. I gotta hear those.
Man, you gotta hear it. There's charisma and there's all this stuff. Yeah, I'm
That's
so
just,
embarrassed.
hi, this is
Yeah.
Mikekon.
And you're like, so Mike, tell us all. I'm like, yep. This is Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night, 10 till midnight. So it's no joke.
Yeah.
There's no joke, bro. 10 till midnight. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
People ready to go out.
Yeah. And now I've gone that far up. I'm now doing a radio show in my attic. No, it's all good. It feels great. It feels great.
Well, people can now like with all the YouTube and all these platforms,
Yeah.
you can create your own radio station at home now.
That's right. That's right.
Your own.
That's right. As long as you got the video cams and
That's it.
OBS. Shout out to OBS. We're done. That's it. That's the episode.
Well, thanks
done.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
It was super fun. I haven't played on a proper setup in so long, and yeah, it was good. It's awesome.
Thank you. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was good to have someone up here, and you're our definitely first guest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just kind of sit back and listen. Yeah, exactly. We don't usually get to do that. Yeah, I was definitely shazamming up the back. I'm like, oh, what was this? What was that track? All right, awesome. I mean, see you next month, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.